Funding for Fair 2022 is brought to you by Friends, the Iowa PBS Foundation, and by
For more than 110 years, EMC Insurance Companies has served policyholders, independent agents, and local communities, providing insurance products for both business and life. Count on EMC.
I am Kevin Rasmussen, and I am a pig farmer. We feel a deep responsibility to protect our environment and ensure sustainability. I think it's important to share our story and that others know that we're always striving to do better.
I'm Bill Riley, and welcome to our Thursday night edition of Fair 2022. For more than 50 years, it's been our pleasure to bring you highlights of the great Iowa State Fair. We've got a fantastic hour ahead of us tonight. Here's a quick rundown. Talented singer and songwriter Spencer Crandall brings his popular country music to the stage. We'll meet some enthusiastic beard growers as they face off at Pioneer Hall. And Brooke Kohlsdorf joins Iowa celebrities at the 40th Governor's Charity Steer Show. Now, we've all heard people say something as easy as pie, but is it really that easy? I'm not so sure it is. Travis Graven, he's at the Elwell Family Food Center, and he's gonna find out what's exactly involved in making a really good pie.
I think I might have died and gone to heaven. Just look at all of these pies. There are 14 classes of cream and custard pies all competing against each other, 17 classes of fruit pies that compete against each other. They all look delicious, so the judges have a difficult, but dare I say, enviable job ahead of them.
Beautiful. Look at the glaze on the strawberries, blueberries. This is beautiful.
Yeah, the graham cracker crust is really good.
Is there anything just in general that is a key to a state fair blue ribbon pie?
Starting with the crust. We don't want a thin crust or too thick of a crust. And then when it comes to appearance, it's always nice to have everything wrapped up into one. A beautiful pie, one that tastes the best, and everything's done the way you want it. You don't always get that, so it makes it a little challenging to judge.
What makes a good peanut butter pie?
Rich peanut flavors, a nice, consistent yet firm filling so it doesn't run too much, and then whatever else we can make on top of it to spice it up a little bit. We got peanut butter, we got chocolate chips, we got graham crackers, we got Oreos, so we got marshmallows. We got the works here. This is going to be good.
What is this that you're tasting right now, Mary?
This is pecan pie, and it has a wonderful tender and flaky crust. It's nicely shaped. The filling needs to be full of pecans, but I'm also looking for that the syrup and the sugar, that blend with the butter. That should be a real rich flavor. So it's one of my favorites, so I was happy to judge this one.
You are making me hungry just describing it.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to go from tasting to eating. That's an easy thing to go from tasting to eating, so I have to be careful when I do that.
Is that you, Hud? All right. Very nice pie.
You've been doing a little bit of everything this morning, Lois. Are you full yet?
Almost. Some delicious pies. You just want to keep eating and eating, but there's a limit.
If there's something you could pick out, one or two things, what is a key to a state fair winning pie?
Well, we first eat with our eyes, so that's the first thing I look at is this something that I would take home, or is this something that I would want a serving from? And then, of course, next is the blend of the flavors.
Do you have a favorite kind of pie?
It starts with P and ends with E. Okay, so, and it's just me in the middle, right? Okay, so yeah, I like them all.
Sarah, you're dishing out pie here. What's the occasion?
Well, it's Machine Shed Pie Day, and it's one of my favorite days of the fair. I entered 8 pies, and these pies didn't place, so we pass them out to people just for fun because we might as well spread the love.
And even though they didn't place, I'm sure they're still delicious.
They are. Everybody seems to be enjoying them.
If you had some advice to somebody who's maybe considering entering, what would you tell them?
Practice at home. Practice makes perfect. Just practice, practice, practice. And the thing with the pie is it can look perfect, and you can't cut it before you bring it. So practice makes perfect.
Well, it started off just being lazy. Didn't like shaving all the time, so it just kind of kept growing a little bit longer, and I kept getting compliments out in public, so just kept growing it that way and enjoyed it ever since. Total, a little over 7 years now. Never trimmed it up.
Oh, the warmth. Absolutely. In the winter, it's an amazing face warmer. She's made me shave it during January before. It's not happening again. No.
And our winner for the longest beard is number 260.
Just 9 years continuous. Last time I trimmed it, I trimmed 11 inches off 9 years ago.
And in second place, 237. But it was a tie. And number 229.
Clubman mustache wax and a good barber. A good barber is key. Yeah, I would agree. A good barber and good products.
And we're going to bring our first celebrity into the ring, as tradition is. Please welcome the governor from the state of Iowa, Governor Kim Reynolds.
This is the 40th edition of the Governor's Charity Steer Show. There are 25 entries this year. It's all for a good cause. The proceeds benefit the Ronald McDonald House.
The 25 competitors are lined up and the celebrity interviews are underway.
But especially these young kids that are here today and working so hard, but they put a lot of work in, and for them to come in and earn the opportunity to show here and then to take it to the ring to raise money for a great cause is remarkable.
Governor, good luck again this year.
Let the competition begin.
2019, the last time I had the opportunity to win this thing. I think we've got a great steer today, so I think we've got a good shot.
Maverick is Top Gun. Let me tell you what, the rest of you guys watch out, because we're coming for you. We were at the Governor's Steer Show in 1983. If you think it's warm now, it was 109 degrees in here.
Tell me about Chad.
Chad is 1,485 pounds of Iowa corn-fed beef.
This is my third Governor's Show. We grew up in Southeast Iowa. We're hog guys.
Going full Nelson on the competition. We're going to take them all out.
And we have Big Mac here, and he is
1,410 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal.
About 3 years ago, we had a child with Down syndrome, and what I can tell you about that is when you have something that happens like that, it's an emotional roller coaster, and you get to hear it from the steer's mouth. I would say that, you know, it's events like these that parents like myself need. There's no other way we could have done without it, and I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart.
This year's steer judge is Brian McCullough.
I actually grew up in Iowa.
Find ways to innovate and grow this show and make improvements, and we're always...
The Iowa State Fair, as a 4-H kid from this state, was a big deal, okay? And I knew before I came the level of quality, the depth of quality that was going to be at this event. I'm not looking for the heaviest steer. I'm not looking for the heaviest muscle steer. They have to combine as many good things into one package. That's what I'm looking for.
While McCullough is thinking about who to select, let's see who judges pick for the Community Hero Award.
With Tucker Clima, Tradition, and the Eastern Iowa Ronald McDonald House and Quad Cities McDonald's.
Now it's time to give out the award for showmanship.
Gary Slater is our showman of the day today.
Next is the battle for the People's Choice Award. The crowd is making this one difficult. It's Clarissa Chun showing Maverick.
I think it's a phenomenal Iowa Beef Industry Council, all the sponsors, all the parents, all the exhibitors. Congratulations. Let's hear one final roar for what is a phenomenal event here in Iowa.
And looks like he's going to give a customary tap to our winner. There's your top steer at this year's event. Congratulations to John Lawrence, our showman. Brady Werner from Williamsburg brought the #1 steer in today. That steer is named Blue. Hey, a big thank you to our judge for doing a wonderful job.
I've done this 3 or 4 times before, so it's always a fun event for a great cause.
Have you ever won before?
I have never made the final drive before, so this was a highlight. Really exciting. And congratulations to Brady, who made it, and Blue, who made it all possible.
He did a good job setting them up.
Now it's into the auction ring. The Governor's Charity Steer Show has raised more than $4.5 million for the Ronald McDonald Charities of Iowa. This year, the steers sold at auction brought more than $436,000, pushing the total to just over $5 million. And that's how we finished up.
So, are you ready for some more trivia? Here's a good one for you. How many ribbons are handed out during the Iowa State Fair each year? 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, maybe 50,000 ribbons? That is a tough one. And we'll bring you the answer a little later in the show. Meanwhile, we're going to head over to the Mid-American stage with Spencer Crandall.
Iowa State Fair, how we feeling? It's a small town. What did you expect?
Hi, I'm Spencer Crandall. I am a country music artist from Denver, Colorado, and I've been in Nashville, Tennessee for a few years now.
So-called girls night. So who in the hell is the guy in the hoodie that's holding you tight? You went and kept me in the dark, but now we spent some time apart. Took me a while, but now I see you clearly.
My sound is like if Justin Timberlake made a country album. It's very, I would say it Frankensteins all my influences.
Oh man, this is the dream right here. A little country music, the sun's going down.
I take from hip hop, EDM, pop music, and obviously country music is kind of where I live, and so it's country storytelling, country instrumentation, but then pulls no punches and is pretty unapologetic about Frankensteining other genres in there.
I write a lot of love songs, and when love songs don't work out, you get breakup songs.
But don't worry, this is a breakup song that, as the kids say, slaps.
When it comes to songwriting, I pull from my real life. I think it's the most interesting, is the most authentic. I want to just tell my story and what actually happened. Something translates when it's your story, so that's really important to me.
Sitting in your Volkswagen, trying to make a plan, had to tell our friends. Now I have to call my mom, say the trip is off. No more Colorado for the weekend. And we both shop at the Target on White Bridge. We just bought a couch. So what do we do now? Now that we know that we can't work this out, can we go from being in love back to friends? Or is this, I guess I'll see you around? What do we do now? If I see you out sometime, can I come say hi? Or do I walk by? Can I send a birthday text? Or am I that ex that you wanna cut out of your life? We still got those Bonnaroo tickets, so which one of us goes? And what do we do now? Now that we know that we can't work this out, can we go from being in love back to friends? Or is this, I guess I'll see you around? What do we do now? Yeah. If we stay friends, I can't pretend that I'm over you, but I can't stand the thought of moving on without you in my life, 'cause you've been the one that I talk to about everything. So what do we do now? Now that we know that we can't work this out, can we go from being in love back to friends? Or is this, I guess I'll see you around? What do we do now? Yeah. What do we do now? What do we do now?
I wrote Things I Can't Say with my buddy Josh and Julia, and Julie's actually featured on the song. And we wanted to kind of tell this story because everybody's been here. We're like, I'm thinking the words "I love you," but I don't want to scare this person away because this feels really, really early. So what are the things I can and can't say? And then we just wrote the whole chorus as like, these are the things I can't say. I love you, I want to be with you. And so another song that really changed my life, I put it on TikTok, just, hey, check out this song. And a few million streams later, here we are, and it's been an incredible ride.
I see us in a ranch house with a pond, a couple kids with your baby blues. Bet you look good as a soccer mom, but ain't no way in hell that I'm telling you. It's only been 2 months and 6 days, and I ain't trying to sound crazy, but I love you is on the tip of my tongue, and I want you to want me to be the one. And I almost tell you every night when we're getting off FaceTime. I drunk text you, but let my friends read it first, 'cause it's too soon for those 3 little words I tell you one day. But for now, babe, I'll add it to the list of the things I can't say.
The Iowa State Fair is massive. I had no idea how big it was. We just were driving by, seeing these horses and agricultural setups, and it's pretty impressive.
You know I want to, babe. I'll add it to the list of things I can't say. Iowa State Fair, how we feeling?
Hey folks, what a thrill for me to introduce to you the 2022 Iowa State Fair Queen. I'm standing here with her. This is Marianne Fox from Mitchell County, and let's get to know her a little bit. Marianne, congratulations. So much fun last Saturday night when you were crowned. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your family.
Yes, so I hail from Mitchell County, Osage to be more exact, and New Haven to be even more exact. I know I got some family out there that like to get that represented, but I graduated from Osage High School this past spring, and I'll attend Iowa State University. But growing up, I grew up on a farm around Black Angus beef and a variety of other farm animals, just depending on what it is. So farm girl through and through.
Wonderful. Now, Saturday night, 98 county queens on that wonderful stage, beautiful night, probably 4,000 or 5,000 people in the crowd. Tell us what it felt like when your name was selected.
Is from Mitchell County, Marianne Fox.
What it's like at the county level, maybe to encourage young ladies from all around the state to consider becoming a county queen candidate.
Well, to be honest, I wasn't breathing for the first 30 seconds. I held my breath until my name was called, and even then, I don't think I was breathing. But it was an unforgettable experience.
Right.
You know, the extreme load of happiness and a sigh of relief knowing that my hard work has paid off.
Yeah.
But, you know, when it comes to the county level, that's where it starts. And getting out there, it's a great opportunity. Being involved in your county and your community is what's important, and just being an ambassador for your county. Great opportunity for any girl that wants to do it.
Okay, now before we let you go, I have to find out what it's like to be the queen of the fair and strolling the grounds. Before we started the interview, a beautiful young girl came up and had her photo taken with you. It's got to be a magical feeling. Give us a little idea what it's like to be queen.
Oh, it is definitely, especially when those little kids come up wanting a hug, a photo, you know, even a fist bump. It's one of those things that it makes me feel special because they look up to me, you know, in more ways than one. It's great. I love it. It can get a little tiring, but it's rewarding. I love the fair. I've always been here every single year.
Beautiful.
So walking through the grounds, seeing it at through a different set of eyes just makes it that much better.
Wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2022 Iowa State Fair queen from Mitchell County, Marianne Fox. Congratulations to everyone who competed in a contest this year. Here are some results. It's time for a very short break, but when we come back, we're going to meet some majestic horses and their riders in the show ring. We'll get a line dancing lesson in Pioneer Hall, and all of those ribbons that the fair gives away, well, we'll learn where they're made. So come right back for more State Fair fun on Iowa PBS. There was some incredible talent on the Riley stage today. Here are the acts moving on. Tune in to Iowa PBS on Sunday, August 21st at 8 p.m. for the Talent Championships. Welcome back, everyone, to Fair 2022. We're going to start the second half of our show with a reach back into the archives. In tonight's Fair Flashback, Chet Randolph, former host of Market to Market, reminds us what life was like on the south end of the fairgrounds way back in 1978.
You know, in our coverage of the farm events at this year's State Fair, we've neglected to show you one thing. We've neglected to show you the people, the ones who spend most of their time every year at the State Fair in these buildings. the people for whom every year the State Fair is the big event, as much work as it is pleasure, the people showing the cattle, sheep, and hogs. They are, quite frankly, the life and breath of Iowa State Fair agriculture. And the fact that these people show up year after year gives you a good indication of their support, not just for the Iowa State Fair, but probably more importantly, for all aspects of Iowa agriculture.
You know you ain't getting younger. Your pain and your hunger driving you home.
They are the people of the South End, people who are, for the most part, frankly, just too busy to ever venture north of the show range. They probably don't eat many corn dogs, rarely go to the Midway, and only hear the roar of the crowd at the grandstand from quite a distance. They're farmers, not quite the dying breed that some people might have you think, the people who make up the bulk of Iowa's social strength and who are responsible for nearly 80% of its economic well-being. And when they come to the State Fair, they come to show off their work, to talk shop, promote their products, or just eye with envy somebody else who's got something better.
Eyes and loves, ain't it funny how the feeling goes away? Desperado.
Theirs is a lifestyle with which most of us would be unfamiliar, if not uncomfortable. For the most part, they drive pickups with trailers, they camp out, they sleep in animal pens, or in makeshift open-air, quote, dormitories in the lofts of livestock barns.
It may be raining, but there's a rainbow above you.
Doesn't seem to bother any of them. For 10 days every year, this is their life. There is a certain camaraderie among the people of the South End, a camaraderie that's well worth seeing and seeing up close. Next year, or tomorrow if you get the chance, walk down into the livestock area and, as the fair people like to say, take a closer look. You'll see, for example, cowboys, either real ones or one-day cowboys, the city folks who buy cowboy hats and then wear them wrong.
You see that center agitation work there? I'm surprised.
There are hawkers and barkers there too, just like there are at any part of the fair. But over here in the South End, they're hawking wares that you really can't necessarily put in the back seat of your car and take it home. They're selling and selling hard equipment like combines, tractors, and harvestors, which is a comment, happy or sad, take your pick, on machinery manufacturers' ingenuity and the current state of farm economics. All in all, it's quite a package. But lest we lead you into thinking that everything's serious over here, we want to remind you that camaraderie is what this area of the fairgrounds is all about. There are, of course, places to meet, to relax, and have some fun.
Money, honey, I've got the time. There ain't no need to tarry. Let's start out tonight. We'll bring along your Cadillac, leave my old wreck behind.
You know, when you walk through the South End of the fairgrounds, talk to the farmers, look at their products, you can't help but keep in the back of your mind one simple fact. And that is that these people's livelihoods are probably more uncertain than any one of us would like to admit. For these people, these farmers, are dependent upon nature for their livelihood. No questions asked. They have to put up with its fickleness and its whims. Don't blame them then if for 10 days a year they have a good time.
We're at the Livestock Pavilion for the FFA Horse Show. We have, I think this year, about 85 participants, around 120 horses, and that is showcasing about 55 different individual school chapters from across the state of Iowa. So the exhibitors here today, they range in age from 7th grade to 12th grade. The one thing that's unique about our show, I think, is that we have such a wide range of types of horses here in classes. So some of these exhibitors, they go and saddle their horses and maybe show at the county fair and the state fair. Some of these exhibitors show across the country. Today you'll see Western pleasure, English pleasure, equitation, which means that's where the rider is getting more judged than the horse. They have a pattern that they'll do one at a time.
The open walk trot pleasure class is going to be an exciting class because we're going to have English and Western exhibitors. It is going to be on the horse, so how the horse moves, how broke the horse is, how they do their transitions will all be really important. It'll be fun.
Placings for open walk trot. First place with a purple, painting finish from the Northland FFA. On the rail headed jog.
So the Pony Western pleasure class will be a good class today. Those horses are going to be exhibiting, showing their movement and their brokeness. And we are looking for horses that are soft, that can go with a relatively loose rein, that shows a higher degree of difficulty.
First place with a purple, Kirsten Schaefer from Midland.
Yeah, our heavy hitch is definitely one of the highlights of our show, I think. It's one of the things that makes our FFA show unique. And it's one thing that we always really appreciate when the exhibitor takes the time and the effort to bring that up here, because it's a lot of work to bring the wagon and the team and all of that. So we've lucked out the last 5 or 6 years, and we've had at least one entry in that class.
First place with a purple, Allie Orton,
We will be judging the English pleasure class today. So the riders use their seat and legs to drive their horse up into the bridle, which creates a collected driving movement. And that is what we also want when we are going to go jump a fence. So it kind of is a preparatory class for that.
I think the biggest takeaway for our students is the amount of people that they make for friends. There's so many people that I can go back and say, hey, I showed at the Iowa State Fair with them. So it's all about making those lifelong connections for these students. We're hoping that the older students are helping the younger, inexperienced ones go through and get better with their showing techniques, and also inspiring those little kids that come around those barns to hopefully one day that they'll have a horse and they'll be showing. And you never know, one day this might spark their future career and lead them to their next great journey.
So the FFA horse show, or any horse shows like this, where there is a big competition, takes so much preparatory work. These kids look forward to this for a long time. They take lessons. They work their horses sometimes 5-6 days a week in preparation for this. And there's so much pressure on these youth to be able to compete that sometimes it goes south for them. So they have to learn how to win, how to lose, how to work hard. Showing horses is so great for youth because it prepares them for so many things in the future.
Every year I come to the Iowa State Fair, and Iowa PBS comes up with crazy ideas for things that I can do on camera. Last year they asked me to ride an extreme ride. So I said, okay, I'm up for it, and I rode the skyscraper. This year they tried to come up with something even more terrifying, and they succeeded. This year I'm going to learn country line dancing.
Everybody come up, and we're going to start out with a pretty easy one.
I'm glad I'm not the only one here without the proper footwear.
This one is called
I was worried about that.
Nail, and it goes to...
So you guys came with the right footwear, which was key. Obviously that was my problem. And you had some great moves out there. Do you guys go line dancing much?
Yeah, we started, I think 2020, we started taking lessons from Norma, and we've been going to lessons like every week since.
Really? That's great. So what do you love about it?
The music. We play music, and I'm a big old country fan, so we like listening and then just dancing to it too.
I haven't line danced since 6th grade gym class. It's a long time ago. We're behind now. Sorry.
And step to your right, and then just touch, okay?
Now I'm here with Norma Hatcher, our wonderful teacher from Osceola. How long have you been teaching line dancing?
About 31 years.
Wow.
Now, this is the trickier part. We're going to do a quarter turn to our left.
So what do you love about it, and what do you see people getting from it when you teach them?
It's great exercise. It's not only physical exercise, it's mental exercise. People that come to class or to a dance is social. 5, 6, 7, 8. Step together, step. Touch.
So what was the most challenging part of this line dancing, do you think?
It was almost all challenging.
Yeah, I thought it was almost all challenging too, but it was fun, right?
Step, kick, back, touch, step, kick, back, touch.
Totally nailed it. Totally. So let's say you're learning a dance and you seem to be getting worse at it as you go along. Do you have any pointers, any maybe psychological advice for someone who struggles with that?
Maybe walk away.
That's exactly what I did, actually.
Walk away for a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't mean walk away from it.
Walk away, take a break, and then come back.
Take a break and come back.
All right.
You know, and stuff.
All right.
So.
And next time I'll bring my cowboy boots. Norma, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate this.
Clearly, I am not going to quit my day job. I think I'm going to go sit down.
One more time, and I'll just.
And now, the answer to tonight's trivia question, which was, how many ribbons are handed out during the Iowa State Fair each year? 20,000, 30,000, 40, or 50,000 ribbons? The answer is 40,000. Whoa, that's a lot of ribbons. But we have a lot of winners and a lot to be proud of out here at the Iowa State Fair. Our good friend, Abby Brown. She's going to tell us more about how all those ribbons are made and right here in Iowa.
Ribbons are as synonymous with the Iowa State Fair as corn dogs and butter cows. Thousands are handed out each year for everything from cattle shows to bubblegum blowing contests. These aren't mass-produced overseas. What makes these ribbons special is that they're manufactured right here in Iowa.
We're here at Stats Awards in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. We've been around for almost 125 years. We manufacture awards. We do V-top ribbons, we do banners. And about in the 1920s is when the different fairs had different, they always had blue as first place and red as the second place, but then each county fair or state fair might decide what other color to do for third or fourth and things like that. So Stats was known to establish the placement colors all the way up to 10th. Our largest clientele are state and county fairs. We do large county fairs in Los Angeles and Orange County in California. So we've been very blessed to have all the state and county fairs that we do. We can brag that we do 29 state fairs. And so Amy is working on the Iowa State Fair right here. But I can tell you with the Iowa State Fair, we do about 5,000 of the rosettes. We do 14,000 V-top. And there's over 1,400 banners that was done back here.
I've been here 2.5 years. I have no idea how many I've made.
Well, you saw the manufacturing side. I have 23 gals that work back there. It's all hand sewing. We are very proud of this. We're very lucky to have these ladies that still follow that trade to be able to hand sew those rosettes.
It's a lot of fun to see it. People get them. I do the queen sashes also, so it's fun to see all the girls wear those. Jefferson County.
Some of the trays that they did years ago, we still do here with the heat press on the satin banners. It reminds you of printing for a newspaper. It is a typeset. Each word that is printed on there is typed up to hot stamp onto that rosette or that ribbon. And every line that is changed, for every event that is being awarded requires a change out of that verbiage or that word. It's a little labor intense sometimes, yeah. It is one of the largest fairs in the nation, so to have that as a clientele is rewarding to us as well. What's great about our job is very rewarding to be able to produce these products that are going to be handed out to a young kid that has worked very hard, raising a cattle or raising a sheep or pig or whatever they worked really hard for. And it does mean a lot to them. It's a rewarding position that we have here.
Thank you. Fix my hair first, make it look good.
Most fairgoers associate a rubber chicken with the rubber chicken throwing contest up at Pioneer Hall. But these Cluckin' Chickens are stars of a comedy show for kids of all ages here at the Fun Forest stage.
It's Greg Frisbee and the Rubber Chicken Show!
Welcome to the Rubber Chicken Show. Once again, my name is Greg Frisbee. What the Rubber Chicken Show is a comedy juggling variety show, now with 50% more rubber chickens.
So what can people expect to see? What are some of the things you do?
There's comedy, juggling, lots of rubber chickens in the show, squawking, we've got audience participation, chickens flying through the air. It's mayhem.
And plenty of chicken jokes?
Lots of chicken jokes, exceptional chicken, that's exceptional chicken jokes.
And comedy hens, they're the
hens, yep.
The stars.
They are the stars of the show. Impeccably talented. We've got regular rubber chickens. We've got squawkers. We've got the ultra rare Elvis chicken. Fans of Elvis chicken. That's Chicken a la King right there. Please love me tenders. It's really kids of all ages. I like to perform a variety show for families. It's not a little kid show, it's not a grown-up show, it's a show for everybody. Don't move, help me out. Clapping rhythm, just like this. Make it loud, make it proud, here we go. We're going for 3. There's 1, don't move. There's 2, don't move. Come on, folks, you got 3. I love being part of the community. I love connecting with people. For some reason, rubber chickens are just a part of Americana, and people just seem to really respond well to it. So they come out, they have fun. I just love connecting with people. It's great. They love you. 1, 2, and 3. Look, 3.
How did you get started doing this?
I started off as a shy kid doing magic tricks and learning to juggle when I was a teenager. When I was in college, I started performing on the weekends just to kind of make a few extra dollars. Piece by piece, I started doing birthday parties, and then that kind of morphed into doing more local events, festivals, fairs, eventually cruise ships, international travel. So piece by piece, it kind of slowly took over my life. This is my favorite fair in the entire country. The people come out in droves. It's just really great family fun. But Minnesota's fun, but Iowa is definitely my favorite of the state fairs. I shall play for you Beethoven spitting a ping pong ball at a xylophone. After this, we launch a chicken from an air cannon. Ladies and gentlemen, Ode to Joy. Three, 2, 1, fire! Right there. That was a fantastic shot.
My relationship with my fans is this really cool, pouring in and out of each other. I give them music that then they say, oh my gosh, I relate to that. And then they come back to shows and show me that I'm not alone or that I'm not crazy. And then that kind of inspires me to go back and write more music. And it's this kind of symbiotic, beautiful, flowing, undulating relationship that feels like it's just only growing. And so to kind of get validated in who I feel like I am is really cool and really important and honestly really special. I feel like I have a very unique job and I don't take that for granted. So
this is my first #1 on the highway. So if you guys know this one, help us sing it tonight, okay? I was looking for a long time, never found nobody like you. I saw you order up a Mai Tai. Suddenly I want to. Got your name, got your number, and we talked till they turned on the lights. I was looking for a long time. I didn't know that night I'd find my person, my heartbeat, my slow dance, my Sunday morning sipping on coffee. My know and you know best friend, the stealer, my t-shirts, my reason for speeding home from work, my saving grace, my everything. I've never been more sure that you're my person. Y'all sound so good. Thank you.
Yeah, my person is, it's so fun because it's really changed my life and I get hundreds and hundreds of messages every day. Hey, will you come to my wedding? Or we're planning at my wedding, or my parents just renewed their vows. And I think it's a very quintessential love song. It's the moment that you want to tell somebody like, you are my person. And we wrote it just as, I kept hearing people say it in conversation, like, oh, that's my person. People are actually using it a lot for friendship. I was like, I think that's a really cool way to say like, this is my human.
Look ahead up the road and you know I see you there. Rocking chair in the back. Yeah, I'm still gonna stare cause you're my. What? The stealer of my t-shirts, my reason for speeding home from work, my saving grace, my everything. I've never been more sure that you're my person. Yeah, baby, you're my person.
My person is really this fairy tale moment, but I wrote Made as this, honestly, a challenge to myself to realize that if you really want the fairy tale moment, there's a lot of work involved, and that love isn't this thing that you stumble into. I think Disney especially maybe showed us when we were kids that you're gonna accidentally run into a princess and it was just gonna be perfect. And then I grew up and I started getting in relationships and it was not that. And so I heard this line that was just, soulmates aren't found, they're made. It's something that you build together, and I really connected to that. And so I wanted to be a part of this narrative that hard work and love can actually be synonymous.
Sparks in the same fire, work at it even when we get tired, making ups and downs, doing all that it takes, 'cause soulmates are found, they're made. There ain't a single moment with you I'd trade, and I just kinda wanna say thanks for showing me that I will stay fair. Soulmates are found, they're made. Yeah, we choose each other every day. We just bounce back better, 'cause soulmates are found. They are forks in the same fire. Work at it even when we get tired, making ups out and downs, doing all that it takes. guys, for real, for real, for real. You guys have no idea how much this means to me.
Here's another opportunity to relax and feel as if you were there at the fair. What a great way to wind up our coverage for this Thursday of Fair 2022. We'll be back here again tomorrow night with another full hour of highlights. But until then, you can explore our website and our YouTube channel, as well as our Facebook and Instagram pages to stay in that State Fair frame of mind. There are so many ways you can engage with us about our amazing State Fair, anytime and anywhere. Here's what we'll be showcasing tomorrow. The turbocharged action of the truck and tractor pulls. Something new at the fair this year, the kitchen. And of course, the cow chip throwing contest. That is gonna be a hoot. There's so much to look forward to in our Friday night fair coverage, so don't miss it right here on Iowa PBS. So until tomorrow night, I'm Bill Riley. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to have fun at the fair.
Funding for Fair 2022 is brought to you by Friends, the Iowa PBS Foundation, and by...
For more than 110 years, EMC Insurance Companies has served policyholders, independent agents, and local communities, providing insurance products for both business and life. Count on EMC.
Caring for pigs is not just an individual job. It truly does take a village to put a safe, healthy food on your table and keep farming sustainable.